Okay, I thought I'd show you this little Miller Maxstar 85. It was only made for a couple years, and Miller, I don't know what happened. It was a great little machine. It could only stick weld. You can't TIG with this machine. I know that sounds strange. It's a DC machine, but you cannot TIG with it. Another thing you can't do is run it off of a generator. And I don't know why. It's something to do with the inverter technology, but it's a Miller. It says right there, Maxstar 85S. The S means stick only. So anytime they have that S designation, that means you can't TIG with it. But I've never tried to do it, but I was told that it will not work. So I'm not even going to bother trying. I have a TIG welder, so I don't even really have to bother anyway. But I thought I'd just show you how wonderful this little machine is. It runs on 110. It will run on 15 amps for a little while, but not at full power. If you put this at 85 amps, it'll blow the breaker on a 15 amp circuit in about half of a welding rod, half of a 3/32 welding rod. What's nice about this machine is it'll burn a 3/32 7018 rod, and it burns it well. On thin material, you actually have to turn the machine down. So that's pretty amazing right there. To get that kind of energy out of a 110 circuit is incredible. Because, I mean, as you all know, there's only 1850 watts available to you there. And to get arc heat out of 1850 watts is incredible. So just wanted to mention about these rods. I've used a lot of different welding rods over the years. Pretty much every major company, you know, ESAB, probably at the bottom of my list as far as professional rods. Anything made in China is really, really at the bottom. Liquid air rods are really good. A lot better than the ESAB rods. You pay a little more for them. But these Hobart rods, I don't even know if they still make them. I got these at a pawn shop. I got about 5 boxes of these, all brand new, still sealed. And I got them real cheap. I think I paid like $8 a box for them or something like that. They are by far the most wonderful 7018 rods I've ever burned in my life. I don't know if they still make them. I don't know if you can get them in your area, but man, these are amazing rods made by Hobart. So anyway, I'm going to just burn a rod here and show you. Get the old helmet on. Not really set up. I'm kind of doing it as I go here. This is yesterday's rod. Get rid of that sucker. We'll get a ground going here. Put a ground on my table. Take a rod. Once again, trying to do everything with one hand is not easy. I really wish I had a helper. Seems I get helpers come and go, and I don't know. What are you going to do? It's hard to find good help these days. You guys know who you are. Shameless bastard. I'm going to take a piece of, that's a piece of 1/8 thick square tube that I was messing with before, but I'm going to run a bead here. All right. I'm going to bring this out in the sun to show you what it looks like. The Hobart has a very interesting flux on it. I don't know if you can see that. It's like an olive color, very glassy, not powdery at all, and it comes off like nothing. Just bangs. Give her a little bang on the anvil. Look at that. That stuff is amazing. Nothing at the edges. A little bit at the back you'd have to chip off there by the crater, but beautiful looking weld. These rods are incredible. I just can't get over it. It's going to suck when I run out. But, you know, I don't burn tons of rods, but it ain't going to be good when I run out of these, because I'll have to go back to liquid air. but liquid air ones ain't too bad. Pretty much the same end result. I'm just impressed with the flux slag. Sorry, I know. But what's amazing again is the machine itself can burn quite a bead. That's a good size stringer. It's at least 5/16 wide. Great profile. And that's coming out of a wall plug right there. And it's on a 15 amp breaker. Mind you, it's shop wiring, so it's a little heavier, but it didn't blow the breaker, but it would if I burn a rod or two. It'll blow a 15 amp breaker. If you get a machine like this, or even those little flux core machines, get yourself a 20 amp breaker on a short line, or beef up your wiring and have a specific plug with a 20 to 25 amp breaker, just for running those little 110 machines, because then you can really crank it. You'll notice a difference in the output, actually. I don't know what it is. I think the breakers, when they warm up, you don't quite get the output. You get a little more resistance. So if you want to do a little bit better welds, just beef up your electrical a bit. So that's the Miller Maxstar 85S. Thank you.